Last night, Coors Field lived up to its reputation as the Rockies looked like the Blake Street Bombers with the heart of their order doing most of the damage to take Game 2 of the series. Today, it's up to Matt Cain to be the stopper and get San Francisco back on track. It's the final game of the series, and it's all coming up next. Day baseball here in the Mile High City as we come to you from Coors Field. This is the final game of this three-game series, Giants and Rockies. Hi again, everybody. I'm Dwayne Kuiper. Alongside me is Mike Krukow. Well, the Giants head out to L.A. after the ballgame. They would like to take 2 out of 3, and they can do that today. And a couple of guys, Mike, Matt Cain and Buster Posey. They're the two guys today.
Well, the Giants get Buster Posey back in the lineup tonight for the first time in this series, and it's interesting to note that he is a better batting average lifetime than anybody alive. He hits .396 in this ballpark coming in, and so they are hopefully going to count on that. But Matt Cain is the story. He has passed all the tests all through spring training. He passed his first start test back in San Francisco against the Dodgers. So this is just another test. Coors Field, live field, explosive offense, but he's got 17 lifetime wins against this Rockies team, and he's very confident right now.
All right, should be fun. Jorge De La Rosa on the mound for the Rockies. Stay tuned. We'll take you to our CSN Bay Area studios for an update, and we'll do that right after this.
Giants Baseball on CSN Bay Area is brought to you by Jack in the Box. Taste the Baconlicious Sourdough Bacon Ranch Combo only at Jack in the Box. And by Toyota, the full-line automaker with the longest-lasting vehicles in America. Toyota, let's go places.
Very nice, comfortable day here in Denver to wrap up this series. Our game time weather is presented by the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. The boardwalk is, well, it's open. Visit beachboardwalk.com for park hours. 72 degrees here in Denver. You see the winds at 10 miles per hour. Humidity is low, and it's partly cloudy. Let's take a look at the Giants lineup against De La Rosa. It'll be Span, Pagan, and welcome back Buster Posey. You see his numbers at Coors Field. Very good. Pence, Belt, and Duffy. Crawford will hit in the 7th slot. Kane 8th, and Tomlinson 9th.
On the hill today for these Colorado Rockies will be the left-handed veteran Jorge De La Rosa, 6'1", 215-pound. Left-hander is 35 years of age. He's in his 12th year at the big league level. When you take your at-bats against him, you're going to see a very deliberate style. He's one of the slowest workers in the game. But he's got a fastball that'll go low 90s. He has a curveball, slider, changeup, split. He'll throw everything at you. And when he's on, I mean, he can be very, very nasty. I mean, lifetime against the Giants, he's got 10 wins. Let's take a look at the defense playing behind De La Rosa for the Rockies today. Starting in the outfield from left to right, it'll be Paulson, Parra, and Gonzalez. Good arms and center in right. Story and Arenado on the left side. LeMahieu and Reynolds on the right side. Tony Walters will get the assignment, and he will be in the squad today, putting down the signs.
So De La Rosa ready to throw to Denard Span. And the first pitch of the ball game is on its way, and it's high. So we get started at 110. Span is 2 for 8 in this series. And he takes low. He's 3 for 7 lifetime against De La Rosa. With Pagan to follow. And then Posey. 3-0.
Well, De La Rosa can do that. He can get a little wild hair up his nose every once in a while. Has to be the worst getaway pitcher on the planet. He just comes up, sits back on his lap real slow.
It's kind of the first thing we look for, right? We come into Denver is when is he pitching?
Exactly. They told us when we first got here that he was going to be pitching tomorrow and that he wasn't going to be pitching today, and we applauded that. But today they changed it. They was messing with us.
3-2. So 3-0 to 3-2. Parr, the center fielder today. De La Rosa taking his time. Got him.
A nice comeback and a 3-2 slider for the payoff. Time now for our Nissan keys to the game. The number 1, keep Kane rolling. He is really throwing the ball well, and this is a test. I mean, you come into Coors Field. I mean, you can't fake Coors Field. You better be able to pitch, and you better be in command of your stuff. So we'll watch him closely. And how about a happy flight? That's right. Angel Pagan is red hot right now. He was the guy that made up the happy flight, and this is getaway day. Those are our Nissan keys to the game.
4 hits in the series for Pagan. 3 on Tuesday. A hit last night. And he takes a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. He's had 36 lifetime at bats against De La Rosa with 10 hits. Part of those 10 hits, 4 doubles.
Pretty good strike zone today for the pitchers. Carlos Torres, the plate umpire, he's got a good zone, but you'll see a lot of high strikes. The only criticism with him is that at times his corners can breathe. You may get a little more corners early in the game, and then all of a sudden it tightens up as you go, but all in all, it's a pretty good zone.
And the 1-1 to Pagan. Pagan fouls it out of play. It's 1-2.
Did it bother you hitting off guys that were slow? Pitchers that had slow motions and took a lot of time?
It did, but it bothered me more as a broadcaster than as a player.
Well, he's just not in any hurry.
Where it really bothers you is when you're on defense. To play behind a guy like this. This is right at LeMahieu. I think it's called feet in cement.
Well, the one thing that he really fought early in his career was gliding. So the way he deals with it is to go back, actually stop as he lifts his right leg up, load up that back leg, which gives him a little bit of time for his body to sort of get gathered, and then start home. Nice high position with his hand. And once he developed this type of a motion, he gained command of the strike zone. He's always a guy who had great stuff, but was wild. And that allowed him to tame his stuff, and he's had a nice career.
Here's Buster Posey, his first at bat here in Denver. And he's out in front, no balls and 1 strike. He, like Pagan, 10 lifetime hits against De La Rosa, 4 doubles and a home run. Shoots it foul. De La Rosa comes back with a fastball. It's a quick 0-2. So Buster waiting patiently, puts the bat on his shoulder. Blocked by Walters. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes.
But it really has become part of a style, De La Rosa. I mean, most guys pretty much get it and go guys, and I think for the most part, big league pitchers work a pretty quick pace, and you do it for a lot of reasons. One, you keep your defense behind you interested and on their toes.
And that'll do it. 2 strikeouts for De La Rosa. Matt Cain's coming out. Rockies are coming up. Giants go down in order in the top of the 1st inning. Here's the lineup that'll face Matt Cain for the Rockies. It'll be LeMahieu, Story, and Gonzalez. Arenado last night, a big night. He had 7 RBIs with a couple of big flies. Parra's going to hit in the 5th slot. Then it's Reynolds, Paulson, and Walters. And pitching and batting 9th will be De La Rosa.
On the hill today for the Giants will be Matt Cain. Cain's 6'3", 230-pounder. He's 31 years old in his 11th year at the big league level. You see the numbers he had against the Dodgers in his opening assignment back in San Francisco. And when he's right, you're going to See a fastball that is low to mid-90s, more lows than mids. He'll cut and sink the fastball. He'll pitch high in the strike zone with the fastball. He's also got a slider, a curveball, a changeup. Lifetime against these Rockies, 17-8 with a 3.23 ERA, 6-3 here at Coors Field.
Here's LeMahieu. Always a tough out as he takes a strike. LeMahieu, 1 for 3 on Tuesday. 1 for 2 in the game last night. Foul out of play. It's off the facing of the upper deck. And a quick 0-2.
LeMahieu is one of the leaders in the National League. Is one of the hardest guys to strike out. And what's unusual about it is he's 6'4". Usually tall hitters, they strike out a little more than the shorter hitters.
Popped him up. Duffy looking up into the sky near the bag. 1 out.
Let's take a look at the Giants defensively behind Kane, starting in their outfield from left to right. It'll be Pagan, Span, and Pence, the best arm in right field. Crawford and Duffy on the left side. Tomlinson and Belt on the right side with Panic getting the day off. And Buster Posey, he'll be in the squad putting down the signs. First game for Posey. Missed the first 2 with a bruise on the arch of his right foot. He was hit by a foul ball in the Dodger series.
Here's Trevor Story, the Giants handle Story on Tuesday. 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts, but not last night. Came back with 3 hits. 2 would have been home runs in every year here at Coors Field except this year. As he takes wide, 1-0. The new fence that they put up in front of the bullpens. And 2 balls off the fence.
Well, if that was Jeff Kent and they put a new fence and it cost him 2 home runs, he'd have sawed it down last night.
He'd have sawed the part where those balls fit, that's for sure.
And there's the new fence, but hey, 2 home runs became 2 triples. It works.
Kane comes back with a strike. It's 2 balls and 1 strike.
And down the left field line, right by the foul line, they've extended it.
Yeah, I think that is like, that's laughable.
That's just because they had leftover wire and stuff.
Foul back. It's 2-2. These are the 2 that didn't make it out, but would have.
Well, there's the one that hit the top of the fence. That would have been a home run. And then this one hit way up off the fence. That'd have been way out. So it wound up being a 3-hit night with a couple of triples. An impressive night.
Out of play. Into the upper deck and then down below. You shut a guy down on one night, he comes back and owns you the next night, and you realize that, well, we thought maybe we had him figured out. Or is it that you just didn't make the pitches?
Well, I think they found out he can't hit a 95-mile-an-hour cutter, which is what Samardzija was throwing the first night. Not many guys have that pitch, however. Samardzija was masterful in game 1 of this series. 8 solid innings. There's the shark.
Full count with Gonzalez to follow. And he got him. Here's Gonzalez.
Take a look at the little cutter right in the outside corner, and he gets Story to chase, and they've used that side of the plate. And every one of his strikeouts, the payoff pitch, has been off the plate, and he's not afraid to go out there and extend.
Gonzalez.
Right now, Kane's got command of everything.
Gonzalez had 3 hits last night. He has not fared that well against Matt Cain lifetime. Only 6 hits and 47 at bats. 17 strikeouts. 2 balls and no strikes.
And the one pitch that has always given Gonzalez troubles from Kane is the changeup. And he'll let you sniff a fastball like that last 1-0 fastball up and then come back with a changeup. Oh, like that. And he's never able to pick it up.
Little pop-up into shallow center field, and it's going to be Tomlinson who puts it away. Giants are coming up. Pence will hit first.
And get this item. Not that one. Not that one. That one.
That's right. The Miami Marlins coming to AT&T Park the weekend of April 22nd through the 24th, and on Saturday the 23rd, we honor Matt Duffy with his first Major League bobblehead. The first 40,000 fans will receive one, courtesy of PG&E. So go to sfgiants.com/tickets and check it out. Bit.
Here's Pence. And Pence takes low. Pence at 273. And he cues one. De La Rosa is going to tag Pence, but then he dropped it, and Pence is aboard. You never know what's going to happen once it gets into that big glove.
Well, and Pence is going to put some heat on you, so you only get one shot at it. And really, try to go with his glove and put the tag on when he probably had time to go down with two hands and make a throw. So it's going to be an error on De La Rosa. The Giants get a leadoff runner.
So here's Belt.
Neither team took batting practice today. We do know that daytime here at Coors Field it's alive, and there's just a trickling of wind, if any, right now. Although they said that we should get some wind a little bit later on in the day.
Now the Giants are getting out of town in time. I'm saying a pretty good storm is coming in. Expecting a lot of snow in the mountains and maybe some here in the city as well. But the Rockies are leaving town too, so as far as baseball is concerned, it doesn't really matter. Although we've been known to fly out of here under literally the worst conditions ever.
Noah's sky. Foreboding clouds. And there is a chance of rain here this afternoon around 3 o'clock, which we just figure is automatic every day, given what has happened with the Giants when they visit here in the last several years.
And a strike.
A lot of rain delay time in this town. But still, the weather here has just been gorgeous. Beautiful time of the year for Colorado.
And just like that, a double play.
Well, it helps when your second baseman is 6'4" and he's got long arms. And he just takes away a base hit. And with Pitts, all he did was take 2 steps towards second, and he was done. So a double play.
So here's Duffy.
LeMahieu, a Gold Glover, and he reaffirms it every day. He can play.
Breaking ball. And a called strike.
Duffy hitting a .194. It's the hardest 194 we've ever seen.
He's not a guy that handles it very well when he looks up at the scoreboard. It really big numbers. It sees Duffy 194. 1 and 2.
Well, when any hitter starts to press, he goes out of the strike zone. And that's one thing you'll watch for if you're Bam Bam Euland's the Giants hitting instructor. What's he swinging at? And that last pitch in the dirt, yeah, that's not a good sign.
In tight, 2 and 2.
But the frustration for him is that he's really been hitting the ball hard, especially the opposite way. DJ LeMahieu has not been his friend in this series. Rockies second baseman.
Got him, and that'll end the inning. 3 strikeouts for De La Rosa. Nolan Arenado is going to lead things off.
Area is brought to you by AAA. Get a free Giants all-season blanket. Restrictions apply. Go to AAA.com/Giants or to a AAA branch for details.
See nice puffy clouds here in Denver. It's no score as Arenado steps up. And Arenado looks at a curveball. That's part of Matt Cain's repertoire since he got a big league uniform on.
Well, Cain, when he first came up, I mean, that was his kill pitch, the curveball. And now, I mean, it's just been one where he steals strikes with. And I think now he can get some strikeouts with it again. A lot tighter than it was the last couple of years.
Driven into left center field, and Span's going to track it down. I thought it was gone. I did.
Any ball that he hits, I think, is gone.
Part of the deal here. And you know what? I think Arenado thought it was gone.
Well, it had the sound. You see the reaction? Hang with him.
So here's Parra. Parra takes high. 58 at bats for Parra against Cain. 17 hits. In at third is Duffy. On deck is Mark Reynolds. Tight.
Just miss. There's a high strike that you'll see from Carlos Torres. But he's consistent with him. He sets that zone first inning, and when we've seen him in the past, it pretty much stays that way the whole game. That's all you can ask for.
Foul down the left field line and out of play.
Had a game in Philadelphia today. Vince Velasquez, who came over from Houston, threw a shutout against the Padres and struck out 16. He's 23 years old.
How many pitches? 105?
Well, it was like 113.
Got him.
See,
Cain needs 14 more to tie that kid.
let's take a look at the payoff pitch. And a nice tight little slider just falling off the plate inside. He gets power to swing over the top of.
16 strikeouts. You know how hard that is to do?
I never did
with pitch counts and everything else.
Oh, it's impossible with pitch counts.
That's a tough getaway game right there if you're the Padres. Here's Reynolds. Reynolds has been known to hit the ball a long way, but he's also been known to strike out a little bit too. The Padres, they go home. Swing.
Padres went into Philadelphia and got swept.
See the numbers for Reynolds against Cain. Couple of home runs, 3 doubles. Remember, Reynolds had some years with the Diamondbacks. That's why the number of at-bats that Reynolds has had against Cain.
Those are good misses. But you can tell how much command he has just by the way he's missing out of the strike zone. I mean, those are teasers right there. You get a lot of guys to swing at him.
So he goes to 3-2.
He's just pitching reputation right there. He knows Reynolds will chase. 2 times he went out there with teasers off the plate away, and 2 times he took them. So from Reynolds' perspective, pretty good takes.
Got him, and that'll end the inning. 3 strikeouts for Cain, and for the Giants, Crawford's going to lead things off.
Geico quote. This comes from Warriors coach Steve Kerr on getting 73 wins last night. More than anything, I'm proud of our guys for laying it out there all season long, for putting themselves out there and trying to achieve something that's never been done before. But more importantly, it is something that is truly great. Congratulations, Warriors. You thrilled us all. That is our Geico quote. Well, why not the Giants 117? It sounds okay to me.
Lofty goals. Crawford takes a strike. Yeah, it was fun watching the Warriors really take the game over early and then watch to see how the personal stuff was going to end up. Crawford takes wide against De La Rosa. He's 4 for 18 with a triple.
It really was one of the coolest things we've ever experienced, watching this team the whole year. So we wish them well as they head into the next phase, the playoffs.
Saturday, 12:30. 1-1 pitch. Inside corner, a 1-2.
And we wish the Sharks well. Tonight they start their Stanley Cup adventure.
Kane to follow. Crawford got him. D-backs will be at AT&T Park for 4 games starting on April 18th. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday are all night games at 7:15. The Thursday game is day baseball, a 12:45 start. D-backs, Giants, sfgiants.com/tickets. Here's Kane. Kane is 0 for 1 on the year. He's 0 for 7 in his career against De La Rosa. So this is not the first time these two guys have pitched against each other. He can hit. There was a time where he was the best hitting pitcher the Giants had. And then Bumgarner showed up.
Although he's going to get challenged this year from Jeff Samardzija. Samardzija can hit.
One and two.
Neither pitcher has given up a hit in this ballgame. And they both have shown a command of all their pitches.
Sounds like Matt Cain's last start. Cain out swinging. That's 5 for De La Rosa. Here's Tomlinson.
Well, De La Rosa, I mean, he's got off to a really rocky start. In 8 2/3 innings, he's given up 15 hits and 7 walks, but he's still, in those 8 innings, has struck out 11. So the stuff's there. He just keeps a little wild with it. Hasn't been the case today.
Tomlinson shows bunt and takes low and in. Pinch hitter last night and struck out. He's 1 for 5 on the season. On the ground towards the hole, but Arenado cuts it off. And that'll end the inning. It'll be Ben Paulson to face Kane when we come back. stories that happened. 2010, September 26th at Coors Field. Matt Cain took a no-hitter into the 8th inning. Jay Payton broke it up with a 1-out base hit in the 8th. Cain complete game, 3 hits, 2 earned runs, a walk, 8 strikeouts. Giants won that ball game 4-2. They needed to win that game. Remember, they were neck and neck with the Padres at that point. There's a pitch high to Paulson. Came down to the last game of the season against the Padres. And gone but not forgotten, Jonathan Sanchez picked up the win.
Well, he's a hero with his arm. He was a hero with the bat.
Paulson hitting .316. And Cain's pitch is high with Tony Walters on deck. Foul back, 2-2. Lots of sunshine today.
Beautiful. Ideal for baseball.
Full count. A lot of day games today. Is it 1, 2, 3, 5? One already a final. Swing and a miss.
Well, Stanley Cup playoffs game 1. Sharks taking on the Kings in Los Angeles tonight at 7:30 p.m. Pre-game live 7 p.m. You'll see it on CSN California. Don't miss a moment on the home of the authentic Sharks fan. It's CSN California.
Here's Tony Walters, who's 1 for 4 on the season. You're talking about all the day games today, and the one that's complete. That was the shutout, where the Phillies shut out the Padres. Padres shut out 5 times in their first 10 games, and that's the first time ever in Major League history.
Wow.
Cain with a called strike.
And I guarantee that's a quiet clubhouse. Your offense is what makes your clubhouse loud. When you're getting shut out in 5 games, wow. You can hear a pin drop on a carpet.
Tomlinson at the cut of the grass to Belt, 2 outs. So, Matt Cain, your thoughts?
Well, it's the same thought I've had ever since we saw him in Scottsdale. He's got command of his arm. He did not have that last year with the fastball. It was all over the place. It was a spaghetti noodle on his shoulder. He's just balanced. He's in control. He's able to command all the stuff on both sides of the plate. When he misses, he's close to the strike zone.
De La Rosa's 1 for 3 on the season.
You know, his velocity is the same velocity that we saw him have when he was a hero in all the World Series and all those playoff runs.
And that is what the first hit of the ball game looks like.
And wouldn't you know, it'd be a pitcher who gets it. Just a little dead bird. And in this ballpark, you're so susceptible to these type of hits because of how big the area is. Outfielders play back a little bit. They're exposed in front of him, and that one will put Matt Cain in the stretch for the first time.
So here's LeMahieu, who popped out to Duffy to open up the bottom of the first inning. So Cain out of the stretch for the first time. And on one pitch, LeMahieu is out 4-6. Top of the order coming up, and that would be Denard Span.
is brought to you by Wendy's. Choose a junior bacon cheeseburger or crispy chicken BLT in Wendy's 4 for $4 meal at participating Wendy's for limited time.
No score, only one hit through 3 innings. And the pitcher, Jorge De La Rosa's got that hit. And for the Giants, it'll be Span, Pagan, and Posey. So this will be the second time around for these Giants hitters against a guy that struck out 5 through the first 9 outs.
Right, 9 up, 9 down, 5 punch outs. It'll be interesting to see how they make adjustments based on what they saw with that first at bat. It's one of the strengths of this lineup.
Span started out his at bat 3-0 and then struck out. And he takes wide as he shortens up to bunt. 1 ball and no strikes. Pagan watching from the on-deck circle. De La Rosa with pitch number 38 of the afternoon. And Span hits a high foul that'll drift into the seats down the left field line. It's 1 ball and 1 strike.
If you're thinking about Span bunting, I mean, you've got Gold Glover at third base with Arenado, and De La Rosa really finishes up in a very square fashion after he throws it. He covers both lines well on bunt plays. It's not an easy guy to bunt on.
Down and into Span, 2 balls and a strike. Well, according to the notes, the Giants will face 3 left-handers in a row today, and then Kershaw and then Kazmir. Tap foul, 2-2. Scott Kazmir on Saturday. De La Rosa taking a long time. Super long time. This will foul again. And then the Giants on Sunday will see Kenta Maeda, the Japanese pitcher.
Clayton Kershaw, massive Bumgarner tomorrow night. We had a conversation with Brandon Crawford on the bus today, and he was going to take 1 day off with the 3 left-handers, De La Rosa, Kershaw, or Kazmir, and he went to A-Ray Adrianza, who's going to play for him, and said, "Which one do you want? You pick." He says, "I want to play against Kershaw."
Little flip job into center field, and that's going to fall. So the bloops are even at 1.
But this bloop comes in a leadoff situation with a base stealer with Span, as opposed to a 2-out bloop by a pitcher. But that's a thing of beauty. Not a lot of lower body. Just protect the strike zone, throw the head, get yourself a big league knock.
So Pagan will step up. Well, Adrianza to finish your point. Hit a home run off Kershaw.
Yes, he did. Now, Bruce Bochy may change all that, but I'm thinking that Kershaw is going to see Adrianza and not Crawford tomorrow night.
Pagan hit a soft line drive to LeMahieu. He's 0 for 1. And out of the stretch for the second time, and the pitch is low. 1 ball and no strikes.
Crawford said, I really don't care, but I didn't argue with him, which made us smile. But there are guys that get Kershawitis, as well as there are guys that get Bumgarneritis.
2-0.
In our generation, it was Nolan Ryanitis,
Carltonitis,
Steve Carltonitis,
Eckersley-itis. when he was a starter.
But you don't want to get that reputation as a guy that picks his spots as an everyday player. That's not good.
Span back easily. He's eyeballing De La Rosa to see if he can get a jump.
Get those low strikes, and you won't with Carlos Torres to play umpire. But to his credit, man, he set that zone in the first inning, and it has not wavered. It's been very steady. Gone taken all the way. You ought to get a pretty good pitch to hit here with Buster Posey on deck too. Definitely things you think about if you're De La Rosa out there in the hill. And that plays into the favor of the Giants because Pagan's been hot.
Span goes. Ball 4. Span had that stolen, by the way.
Standing up. That was a nice jump.
So here's Buster Posey. First walk issued by De La Rosa. Posey struck out in the first inning.
Oh man, he had a peg. That's a humongous jump. He timed it right too, because De La Rosa, he'll slide and step you. That was a high leg lift. And his unload time well over average.
Here's Posey. Outside, 1 ball and no strikes. I'm thinking, Mike, that maybe by June, Span's going to have the Hunter Pence look. What do you think?
Well, with the pants over the knees?
Yes.
Yeah, you might be right.
It's getting close.
There's the Hunter Pence look.
And a strike. So down around the knees. Buster Posey watched it go by. See, it's getting close, Mike. I'm telling you.
Yeah, makes you look faster. Did you ever wear your pants like that?
I never did. Ball and 1 strike.
I did when I was playing golf. That's about it.
Hey, we've said this before. There are certain guys, no matter how you wear your uniform, you're going to look good. And then there are certain guys, it doesn't matter, they're going to look bad.
Oh, they could screw up a $4,000 Gucci suit. Are you kidding me? Just putting it on. Two and
1 to Posey. Cued through the legs of De La Rosa, and everybody's going to be safe. Posey just hit an invisible ball.
Well, that's what it looked like. We'll wait and see how they rule this.
Well, you can't catch an invisible ball.
I mean, this is the second time this has happened.
I got it. Oh. I yelled at him. It was cued.
Well, yeah, I think he appreciates the heads up, but he can't even believe he didn't touch this thing. This doesn't even draw leather.
Look how it worked its way away from his glove.
Whoop. Yep. It's got to be an error.
Second one.
There goes his Gold Glove this year.
So here's Pence. Pence reached on a De La Rosa error in the second. A bloop, a walk, and an error by the pitcher. And this is going to go to the backstop, and it's 1-0 Giants. The ground attack is after it.
Well, that's a little league run right there. And when the ball got by Walters, the Rockies catcher, he didn't know where it was.
Oh, it hit high off the screen.
I mean, this is Scud-like.
So here's Pence now with a count of 1 ball and no strikes with Belt to follow. Pagan at third, Posey at second. And this is wrapped on the ground to Arenado. And his throw is in time. Nice play. 1 out.
Well, he knew he had time, and the play initially took him to where he was going to be throwing over the head of Pagan. So what did he do? He just swung out wide, a few extra steps, got himself a clear lane, and made the throw. Yeah, I think he likes throwing off of that right foot. He does it extremely well. And it turns out to be a frustrating at bat for Pence.
Belt hit a line drive right at LeMahieu. Outside for a ball. Hit a long home run last night in the 8th inning. Duffy to follow. Pagan at third. Posey at second. And Belt just hit another line drive. 2 down.
Well, that's got to wear on you, especially with runners in scoring position, and that was a bullet. Reynolds, and watch how fast it gets on him. You just kind of hope you can get your hand up there high enough, catches a piece of it, pops it up, and makes the play.
What you can do if you're Brandon Belt, but Duffy can help you out here. He struck out in the second. Strike. Crawford to follow. Nice play by Walters. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Funny game. Bloop, base hit, walk, air, wild pitch, and a ground ball and a bullet. De La Rosa trying to minimize the damage. 1 out away from doing it.
Two and one.
Tony Walters is earning his paycheck right now.
Yeah, and with first base open, it may be that De La Rosa is going to throw 2 more in the dirt.
Crawford, the left-handed hitter on deck. You may be right. Takes out the knees with 91. I don't think Duffy's picking him up.
Duffy last year in these spots was very good. Tapped. Arenado on the bare hand, and that's going to end the inning. Giants on the board. Bottom of the 4th coming up. 1-0 San Francisco.
is presented by authority of the San Francisco Giants and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of San Francisco Baseball Associates, LLC.
Well, the 2016 All-Star Teacher brought to you by Provident Credit Union. You can vote at csnbayarea.com/AST. It's the 10th season of the All-Star Teacher program, recognizing teachers that make a difference. The winner receives $20,000 for his or her school. So here's Story. Story struck out in the first, and he takes a pitch inside just to keep him honest, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. Swinging a foul back, good rip. It's 1-1.
He does not get cheated. And a very story-like start to his season.
One and two.
Got 12 hits, 7 home runs, 2 triples. And last night, if that Vince is not there, he's got 9 home runs.
9 big flies.
Vince took away 2.
Lifted out of play to the second deck. Man caught it and handed it to the little girl, and she's going to throw it. And very close.
Don't do that. She was thinking about it, though. That's all he wanted was a high five, and he got it. Let him in.
2-2. Got him.
Paints an outside corner with 91.
So here's Gonzalez, who popped out in the first inning.
Posey's sitting on that corner, and that ball right between the knees. Pitcher strike, but Kane has earned it. He's been around the plate all day, and that is definitely a pitcher strike. But a big out here to lead things off.
Gonzalez bounces this one back to Kane, who knocks it down and throws him out.
A nice play. Reach your back, cross your body.
He's moving around like a cat.
Outside corner, right off the tip of the bat. Reach back, knock it down, go to the bare hand, all the time in the world. Shoot him down. See you later. And it goes as a 1-pitch out.
So here's Arenado, who hit a ball well to center field that Span ran down. And fastball belt high for a strike, and it's 0-1.
Arenado rubbernecking Carlos Torres, the plate umpire. I mean, that's just been his strike zone. He likes the high strike. What we haven't seen are any knee-high strikes to speak of, especially in payoff situation. 2 strike counts.
Nothing Giants, only 2 hits in the game. Popped up. Span will wait. side retired. Crawford, Kane, Tomlinson coming up. The first 7,500 kids 14 and under, they're going to receive a Joe Panic backpack presented by C's Candies. So get your tickets, sfgiants.com/tickets. April 24th, it's a Sunday. Here's Crawford. Crawford struck out in the third. Low. One ball and no strike.
Not often you'll watch Crawford taking a bat where he loses his lower body and he has reach in his swing, and he's had reach against De La Rosa.
Good swing and a foul back. Overshift is on for Crawford.
Load up on the right side with three infielders. Arenado, you're on your own on the left side, pal.
And he probably likes that.
I bet he does.
Outside. Two-one pitch to Crawford. Inside corner for a ball strike. Kane to follow, and then Tomlinson. Tap foul. Crawford lives to see another pitch.
Just caught a piece. Commonplace to see the infield play a hitter to pull, and an outfield to play the hitter to go the other way, which is kind of how they're setting it up against Crawford.
Got him again. So here's Kane. And Kane struck out in the third.
I was talking about how funkiness can be a good thing in emotion, and De La Rosa's got it. Good curveball. Just his little timing mechanism that gets him gathered on his back leg, a little pause. A high 3/4 release. Gets on you.
Kane strikes out.
All 7 of the strikeouts that De La Rosa has had against the Giants are swing and miss strike threes too, which I think is always a testimony to good stuff.
Tomlinson bounced out to Arenado. Goes the other way. It'll be a long run for Gonzalez, and he will get there, and that'll end the inning. Gerardo Parra's going to lead things off. It's 1-0 Giants.
Los Angeles, where tomorrow night you'll be able to see this ball game against the Dodgers at 7 p.m. on NBC Bay Area. It'll be Bumgarner Kershaw. Then Saturday 6 p.m. and a 5:30 pregame live on CSN Bay Area. And then Sunday is a network game. You'll be able to hear it on KNBR with Dwayne and John.
Here's Parra. Parra's going to open it up with a dribbler foul, and it's no balls and 1 strike. Parra struck out in the second. Drive to right and gone. And this game is tied on the home run by Parra. And that's his first home run, his first RBI of the year.
Right field has always been the live side of this field. A little cutter that just dropped middle end inside. Not a lot of stride with Parra. He barrels it, and it shot out of here in a line drive very quickly.
So here's Reynolds. Reynolds trying to do the same thing, and it's no balls and 1 strike.
I mean, everybody in their lineup's got power, and you can't help but think home run as soon as one goes out.
Span's on the move. He's not going to get there, and this one's off the top of the wall. And Reynolds has got a double.
Matt Cain catches a break, as strong as Reynolds is, when he barrels a ball like this with backspin, you're thinking it's gone. It just didn't have the height. I mean, it had the speed right into the little mesh, about 2/3 of the way up the fence.
And Paulson struck out in the 3rd inning. And it's no balls and 1 strike.
Right back in that strike zone, get strike 1. Just bang, bang. 2 fastballs, same location.
Fastball high, 1-2.
Just keep climbing that ladder if you keep swinging at it.
Crawford comes in behind Reynolds as he knocks down that throw in the dirt. Tony Walters, the Rockies catcher, is on deck. It's 1-1 here in the 5th. Got him.
Just fastball, fastball, fastball. And that's a rough trip back to the dugout. That's a no respect at bat right there.
Yep, Dad found the secret to a couple of quiet innings, and that secret is popcorn for him and for his daughter.
He's in a popcorn coma right now. That's the happiest guy in the stadium.
Walters rolls this one to Belt, and Belt will get to it late. It's foul. I've been in that popcorn coma.
I know. Your eyes don't blink. The only thing moving is your hand. The Sox fan.
I'm assuming that this family is originally from Boston. He is willing to share, though, something that I'm not. Oh, and 1 to Walters. 0-2.
Good hard cutter. That's been such a nice pitch for him today. Pitch count not an issue with Cain. Not too far out of the strike zone. We've seen balls about that high called strikes. Kind of pitch it backwards, you know, get to the 0-2 with some soft stuff and try and zip a guy across the letters with 91. It's always been a good weapon for Cain.
Look out. 2-2.
Cotton candy?
It's dad and daughter day here at the yard. Out of play.
I've never seen you do cotton candy.
No, I was never cotton candy. Dad didn't like it. I'd get it for my kids if we were out somewhere.
Wasn't a big cotton candy guy, although I was impressed the first time I put it in my mouth. That was magical.
Walters just got a piece of that fastball. By the way, the home run by Parra to open up the inning, only the second hit off of Kane, and then Reynolds double, obviously the third hit.
Now Kane got the strikeout with nobody out, runner at second that he was pitching for. And he'd love to get Walters here to be able to finish this inning off with De La Rosa, the pitcher, on deck. So it's set up for him. But you got to finish this guy first.
And again, just off the glove of Buster Posey. Giants have been able to do little off of De La Rosa. They scored a run in the fourth inning on a wild pitch. Foul. Although I will tell you this, a couple of added balls off the bat, a belt that really helped De La Rosa.
Yeah, it's not like he's not having hard balls hit off of him. Matt Kane, who ever since he put on the Giants uniform has had hard times getting runs scored for him.
He has not been the luckiest guy to wear a Giants uniform, that's for sure. Pitch number 10 coming up here to Tony Walters. And he flips a little pop-up to left, and that's going to fall. So with that at bat, puts runners at first and third, and now De La Rosa is going to hit.
So it winds up being a pretty good at bat for Walters as he fought that cutter off his hands and found an open space in the outfield. Even with De La Rosa being a pretty good hitter, I would imagine that Walt Weiss is still going to bunt him. The Giants are going to respect that and play for it.
He dumped a single into center field in the third. So we'll see what De La Rosa does. He shows bunt. Doesn't always mean a guy is going to bunt. Anybody that shows bunt that early, I'm always a little skeptical.
Well, I think it's good to show the bunt early. Get that bunt out, bat head out there, because it's a lot easier to go one way back into the butcher boy position than to try and deke like you're not going to bunt, go forward, then come back and then make a swing. Cannot fake a throw to third anymore. You've got to throw it over there if you're going that way, unless you step off the rubber.
And the bunt is foul and just off the tip of Duffy's glove. Good effort.
Now he's playing in. He had a pretty good jump, but just about 2 inches too far. Absolutely A for effort.
Runner goes, pitch out, throw down to second, not in time.
Now Bruce Bochy picked it clean, calling the pitch out. I think Buster Posey wants him to take a look at it. The Giants will. And a pretty big jump. This is Walters, the catcher. With a big jump like that, he just went ahead and took it. One more look. I'm not seeing it. They won't challenge that one.
So now the Giants will play the infield in. It's a stolen base for Walters. So 2 balls and 1 strike.
Kane will pitch for the strikeout. Get the right guy up there and try and get the strikeout. Shallow in the infield, shallow in the outfield. Showing De La Rosa 0 respect.
So it's 2-2. The home run by Parra to open up the inning tied the game. Double, strikeout, and then a bloop single for Walters. Stolen base, 2nd and 3rd with 1 out. Back again.
This is a fast infield, and when you bring the infield in, I mean, you're really limiting what range guys have, especially in this ballpark. I don't think this is the fastest infield in the Western Division. I think Arizona holds that distinction, but it's still quick here.
Two balls, 2 strikes. LeMahieu on deck. And this is going to hurt badly. 2 runs are going to score. It's 3-1.
Badly. But if you can move that bat forward, you're a threat. A 2-hit day for De La Rosa, and this one cost Matt Cain 2 runs. Just a broken bat bloop. And you have no defense against it, even with a drawn-in outfield. So Dave Righetti going to come out, give Matt Cain a bit of a breather. The meeting on the mound brought to you by Ring Central Business Communications, made simple.
Two balls hit hard in the inning, 2 not. All effective. As LeMahieu will hit with De La Rosa at first. See Heston getting ready. LeMahieu is popped out and bounced out. And Cain wanted it, and it's 1-0.
So did Buster Posey. When an inning's going against you, I mean, you want a little break with that strike zone, especially if you've had a call to strike earlier in the game, which I think was the case. And there you can see the pitch count. The next one will be 26 in this inning. Pitch count was not an issue at the start of this inning, and it is now.
Get out to Pence. Ball starts to carry, and it's over his head. De La Rosa is motoring to third. What you got to be careful of in this ballpark are those innings that won't end.
Well, and a line drive is the one that is so deceptive. I mean, I don't think there was 1 second that Pence thought he was going to get this ball initially, and then all of a sudden you get the drift in the carry, and it winds up being a ball that gets over his head. Now, the good news is that they didn't have any speed at first base with De La Rosa. He could only get to third, so they don't lose a run to it.
So here's Trevor Story, who struck out twice. Balls and 1 strike on the foul out of play.
Watch De La Rosa. I mean, he has none speed, and it's a good thing. Anybody else in that lineup would have been an easy score. Sets up a strikeout situation for Kane.
Hit high, 1 ball and 1 strike.
And I think that fastball up above the belt, off the plate inside, was thrown by design to set up the outside corner, which is how they've gotten out with both payoff strikeout pitches.
And that's away from the target. It's 1-2.
We'll take it.
De La Rosa at third, LeMahieu at second, and the 1-2, and he got him.
Set up that fastball nicely with a couple of cutters. Goes high velocity, outside corner above the belt. This is a hat trick for Story. See ya.
So that's 93, so that gives you an idea that it's still in there for King.
Yeah, and you know, he uses it wisely. I mean, he set it up, and that's his reach back velocity, a 2-strike count, and he just zipped a good fastball hitter.
Gonzalez is 0 for 2. And he takes high, 1 ball and no strikes.
Kane wants to get him out with the changeup. And again, I think he threw that fastball just to put a speed in the mind of Gonzalez.
Two and 0.
Left-handed hitting power hitter Gonzalez, open base, I don't know. Arenado on deck. But he has the base there if he wants to use it.
3-0. Gonzalez will have the option to swing. Look, if you're Gonzalez, you gotta be happy that the umpire called it a strike.
Well, yeah, it's not like he hasn't called a high strike before. But you're right. Why would you want to walk if you're an RBI guy?
Three and 2.
Posey wants to make sure what Kane's idea is here, 3-2. This becomes the biggest pitch in this game, down 3-1. Heston's ready.
Swing. It stays 3-2.
Power cutter on the hands.
Ball off of Buster Posey. We'll do it again.
From the windup.
The walk.
So he finally goes change up down the dirt. And the runs up being a good at bat from Gonzalez, and it sets it up for Arenado.
that's it for Kane. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service. Your oil change tune-up and smog experts. Heston coming in, and we'll be back.
BayArea.com, and you can log on each week as insider Alex Pavlovich talks ball with players, coaches, special guests, and more. Giants Insider podcast with Alex Pavlovich on CSNBayArea.com, also available on iTunes. (3-1) Rockies, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th inning. New pitcher now for the Giants will be Chris Heston. This will be a challenge for Heston, and then he pitched in last night's ball game, a day game after night game, as he tries to learn the bullpen. Heston, a sinker baller. See a high 80s, low 90s sink. He will cut it. He's got a curveball slider to change up.
So here's Arenado, who's flied out and popped out to Denard Span. And he takes a strike, and it's 0-1.
Got to make something happen coming into a bases loaded situation out of the bullpen. And that's a big pitch, strike 1.
Tries to shave the outside corner. It just missed. 1 ball and 1 strike. So Heston, who likes to work quickly, throws, and it's 1-2.
Curveball. Set an outside target. This kind of goes middle in. And Arenado almost put himself on the DL swinging at it. Way out front.
Out of play.
Paints him with a nice 2-strike pitch at the outside corner. Arenado did well to catch a piece of that one. Arenado with 7 RBIs and 2 home runs in last night's game.
Hit well to left. Pagan over. He can't get it. It's off the top of the wall. 2 runs are going to score, and it's now 5-1.
Back with another curveball and a 2-strike count. Really not a hanger. It's on the outside corner to knees. And Arenado really staying down nicely. It just gives you an idea of how much plate coverage he has as he backspins this thing off the wall, and he almost knocks it out of here.
So So here's Parra, who's going to be walked intentionally. So Reynolds will be the hitter as Parra is going to take the walk. It's one of the curses of this park where you just can't get off the field. And it doesn't matter how you're going. You could be rocking along, and Kane was throwing the ball great. And people are going to look at his line on the box score. They're just not going to quite understand how well he threw.
Well, you're right. I mean, the box score can give you a different story than what we saw. What really did him into this inning is a couple of two-strike doink Bates hits. One from Tony Walters, the catcher in the 8th spot. The other one from the pitcher, De La Rosa.
So here's Reynolds. And Reynolds takes low. 1 ball and no strikes.
The Giants offense going to get challenged. They just need to get off the field now.
Two and now Heston's got to throw a strike. Cannot waste any time with Reynolds. Tie strike, 2-1. I thought maybe Reynolds might be coming out of his shoes on that 2-0 pitch.
Yeah, he was looking for something and he didn't get it.
Span's going to try to get this one, and he's not going to be able to. This is going to clear the bases. Is Reynolds doubles them all home.
Boy, an almost identical spot to the first double he had this inning. Two-one fastball middle in and backspins it, just almost the same spot. Just a bullet line drive. One hops the wall. Span had none chance to get after it, even with a good jump.
And here's Ben Paulson. It's 8-1. Paulson struck out in this inning. Pitch is in tight, 1 ball and 1 strike.
You know, it's been a long time that we've been coming here since 1995, and early on before they had the humidified balls, etc. You see these games all the time, but for the longest time you didn't see. You may see one in a series, but last night and today, I mean, it feels like old-time Coors Field.
It does. Balls that are hit in the air where outfielders just turn around and run. This has been a 30-minute half inning. We're not done yet. It's 3-1. Under the glove of Duffy. Pagan's throw is going to be off of the back of Reynolds. He's going to score, and moving into second base is Paulson. I think Duffy slowed it down just enough where it made it a bit more difficult for Pagan to throw out Reynolds.
I think that's the read that Stu Cole, the third base coach for the Rockies, took advantage of or tried to. So Dave Righetti once again coming out. This is his second meeting on the mound this inning. Talk about the transition. I mean, last year, for the most part, Heston was in the rotation. This year, kind of the sixth man, filling in for taking that spot in the bullpen that Yusmeiro Petit had the last several years. Where he could spot starter, come in long. It's the ball hit off of. Not a bad throw either by Pagan. That's a tough error right there. And he got an error.
So here's Tony Walters. Walters had a long at bat and eventually blooped a single off a cane into left field. One of those innings where you see just about every type of hit possible in this ballpark. Nine runs here in the fifth. Foul.
Heads up. Don't need an ugly finder. Well, maybe you do.
So it's 1-2 to Walters. A long time ago, Parra opened up this inning with a home run. Stay away from that arch on Posey. 1-2.
Indeed. Back to the Dodgers series, back in San Francisco, Posey got hit on the arch of his right foot. Shelved him for 3 days. This is his first start in this series. Talk about learning the bullpen as Heston is being asked to do. And one of the things you have to learn is the day game after night game. I mean, it's one of the toughest things for a guy to learn out of the pen.
And that'll finally end the inning. Giants have lots of work to do as the sixth inning is coming up. That is graduating. 2 tickets to Giants games plus a class of 2016 Giants cap with an orange tassel, and it starts as low as $39. sfgiants.com/minipacks. 9-1 Colorado as we head to the 6th. And for the Giants, it'll be Span to lead things off.
So De La Rosa, I mean, it had been a nail biter, and all of a sudden, whoop, they throw a 9 spot on the board for him.
Span is 1 for 2. Pagan to follow, and then Buster Posey. And Span takes a strike. Well, De La Rosa, I'm sure now with this lead will speed things up a little bit.
Yeah, well, I don't think he can. When you're slow, you're just slow. It's just part of the deal. And he's slow. But he's slow with an 8-run lead. And that always makes it seem like he's a little slower.
.72 pitches for De La Rosa. Not a play.
Well, I mean, he came into this game today with an ERA of 12.46. He allowed 22 base runners in 8 2/3 innings, and he doesn't show any signs of that today. He's been masterful with his command, especially with the changeup. And that's been his go-to pitch. He's throwing that a third of the time. Except for that one.
Three balls and 2 strikes. Overshift is on for Pagan.
In case you're wondering about the 9 spot on the board, when's the last time that happened? It's the most runs. It's the most runs allowed by the Giants in an inning since 2013 against the Cardinals, when they scored 9 in a 4th inning.
Get on the ground to Reynolds. And here's Pagan.
But 9-run innings are painful. I don't care who you're playing. Although the Cardinals and the Dodgers, I think it would hurt more.
Strike to Pagan. Angel Pagan had a soft line drive to second in the 1st, and then drew a walk in the 4th. Buster Posey on deck. 0-2.
Talk about how slow De La Rosa is. I mean, in his mind, it's still a 1-0 ball game. He's got a way of getting people out, and that's his way.
And another pitch in the dirt.
For the most part, when he's missed the strike zone today, it's been down below the zone. Oh, like that.
And another in the dirt, 2-2. Full count.
Well, I mean, Angel Pagan has not let a 9-1 score affect his at bat. He's had a good AB, going from an 0-2 to a 3-2.
Reynolds puts it away. Fair territory, says Jerry Davis.
I mean, 9-run innings are tough, but the guy it's the toughest on. I mean, I guess you give it a pretty good argument for the pitcher, but the guy catching in the squat for over a half an hour, it's not a good thing.
Buster takes a breaking ball for a strike.
Buster Posey, in that bottom of the 5th inning, caught 62 pitches.
Lifted out to left. And that'll end the inning. It remains 9-1 Rockies.
Baseball on CSN Bay Area is brought to you by Toyota, the full-line automaker with the longest-lasting vehicles in America. Toyota, let's go places. And by Xfinity. X1 from Xfinity will change the way you experience TV.
Here in Denver, it was a nice day about an hour ago. The Rockies scored 9 runs in the 5th inning. This little guy could care less. He's got double-fisted pizza and corn dog.
He's got it going.
De La Rosa with a swing and a miss.
Hey, it's fun at the yard, man. You have pizza and a corn dog, serious business. One of the biggest hits of this game was a 2 RBI single that De La Rosa had in the 5th inning.
It's just down the ground to Crawford, who picks it up on the back heel.
And 2 RBI single was one of 2 hits. This is the first hit in the game. It broke up a no-hitter. I mean, I know it was only the 3rd inning, but still, it's the first hit in the game, and this is the one right here. Breaks his bat, throws out a little dead bird, and 2 runs would score, and that would open it up for a 9-run 5th inning. So De La Rosa has had everything to do with the offense today.
Here's LeMahieu, who takes a strike. He doubled over the head of Pence in the 5th inning. Trevor Story to follow. 1-2. The dirt.
You know, it used to be if you would come into Wrigley Field early in the year, you wouldn't see the ivy on the walls. You just see the vines on the wall, which is kind of the way it is right now. Usually about mid-May you get your leaves. But they got the same thing going here. The batter's eye out in center field. We've watched the vines over the years to sort of take over center field. And when they grow in, as the Giants will find out when they come back here next time, I mean, it's really cool.
It is beautiful. And the walk.
Well, MLB.TV Premium, the #1 live streaming sports service, delivers everything you have come to expect and more. Watch every out-of-market game live in HD on over 400 supported devices. It includes a free subscription to @Bat Premium, the #1 app for live baseball. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Go to MLB.TV for details.
Trevor Story's 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. As Corey Guerin's getting ready to get loose. There's always that fear in this ballpark that the entire series, if you get involved in a lot of long games, that you wear out your bullpen before the next series.
It can happen. Giants are 1 bullpenner short. Sergio Romo was sent back to San Francisco to have his elbow looked at.
Giants use Heston, Guerin, Osich, and Cantos last night. And remember that they leave town and go to LA. They would start a 3-game series tomorrow night. And Heston now is in trouble. It's 3-0.
So back-to-back walks here with 1 out. And Mark Gardner, the Giants bullpen coach, is telling Corey Guerin, step it up. Shouldn't take you a whole lot of time. You can establish a fastball in 10 pitches. You're going to get another 8 in the middle of the diamond. So getting heated up is not that much of a problem. But Heston has to show something here. He's going to be out of this game. This might be his last hitter.
So here's Gonzalez, who drew a walk in the 5th. The ball's in 1 strike. And that's just a bit wide. Even the count. Nolan Arenado on deck. Wrapped on the ground, and it'll be Tomlinson who tumbles and makes the play. Both runners advance.
Nice play right there. Well, you got a fast infield. You got a guy with a lot of power. You're not going to get a lot of time as an infielder. And Tomlinson having to go into a slide that wrestle this one down and making the throw from his knees does so beautifully. Big out. Every out's a big out.
So here's Arenado, who takes a curveball for a strike. Eston to Arenado, swing and a miss. 1-2.
That is a huge swing. I mean, he's not swinging for singles. I mean, he's trying to hit the scoreboard.
At third, LeMahieu, Story at second, both walk. Yep, I feel the same way, young man. It's okay.
It gets better.
Foul.
Father, son, sharing a moment.
To Nolan Arenado.
Better 0-2 pitch. That last one had some hang time to it. That's how you take advantage of your sinker. Throw that thing on the inside corner, let its movement just sort of fall off.
And that'll end the inning. Seventh inning coming up. It's 9-1 Rockies. A dealer. This was a ball game until the fifth, and the Rockies scored 9 times. Kane actually threw the ball well. The line score is not going to show that. He struck out 7. De La Rosa did throw the ball well, and his line score will prove that he did. Parra now in left, Barnes now in center. It's Giants. Here's Pence. Barnes in center. Paulson out of the game. There's Parra in left. Check swing foul. Pence is 0 for 2.
Rockies lost Charlie Blackmon. He's got turf toe. He had to come out of the ball game last night in the 9th inning, and they DL'd him today. I thought you had to have turf to get turf toe.
Yeah, no, that's true. You and I get one every night about 3 in the morning going to the bathroom.
Yeah, we do. That's called the Stumbler's turf toe.
1-2 to Pence. Belt to follow.
Two-city road trip for the Giants. These 3 here in Colorado, and then on to LA. And they should get into LA tonight around 8:30 or so.
Bounce to Arenado. Pence is gone.
All right, time now for our Togo's Big Play. The Togo's weighing last night. Brandon Belt hit a home run off Miguel Castro, his second home run of the season. It extended the franchise record for most consecutive games with a home run to start the season. And it was a big one. So they need a home run to keep the streak going.
He's lined out twice, once to LeMahieu and once to Reynolds. The called strike, and it's 0-1.
Shift, load up the right side, pretty straight away to the outfield. Give them the lines on both sides, bunch the gaps. Go get him.
Parra, a long run. He's not going to get there. It's in row 1, and it's 0-2. So don't give it to the guy that dropped it.
Why? He's the guy you should give it to. He's feeling the worst.
Just catch it.
So it's like punishment for dropping it. You're a hard man.
Well, there are no box scores for Phoenix. His Belt drives one to right. That's a base hit. So Belt hits the ball hard 3 times. He comes up with a single here in the 7th. And here's Duffy.
All right, let's take a look at it from the right field line. Another bullet. 3 absolute seeds off of his bat today. Then he finally gets a reward. I think he's running down the first base line going, catch that.
Yeah, here's Duffy.
There's Drew. Celebrating Corey Guerin's birthday today.
Really?
Yeah. Yesterday it was Hunter Pence. Today, Corey Guerin.
That's right. Saw a note in the paper that it's Pete Rose's birthday today.
There's Corey Guerin.
1-2.
Pete Rose, 75. That's not even possible. Greg Maddox's birthday today.
And Maddox is not 75.
No. He shot 75 on the golf course today.
Yeah, he did. And a base hit to right field for Duffy. Belt is on the move. And they're going to wave in Belt. And that's a good call by Roberto Kelly because Duffy's going to pick up an RBI.
Well, let's make that our Ford right choice. That Duffy has been hitting the ball hard, not having a whole lot to show for it. Here, nice opposite field approach, good solid front side. And once it gets down the right field line, you never know. And he winds up getting an RBI. So nice job, Roberto Kelly. I mean, one thing you can't do in a 9-1 ball game is get thrown out. Being over aggressive.
Nope, you can't. Here's Crawford.
It's going to be the greatest comeback of all times.
Crawford takes low.
Hey, it's Coors Field. Anything's possible.
If it's ever going to happen, it's going to happen here. Right. Crawford got underneath this one. And Gonzalez will make the catch. Hessen is being called back. It's going to be Adrianza.
There's activity in both bullpens. Right-handed Justin Miller in the bullpen for the Rockies, and Javier Lopez will be the pitcher for the Giants in the bottom half of the 7th inning.
Mike, there are two teams that haven't won a game this year. The Twins and the Braves. Adrianza swing and a miss. Twins will not win today. And the Braves are on their way to not winning today. Both. Well, one is 0-9. The other could be. That's a rough start.
Those are rough starts. Food is not tasting good in those clubhouses after the game. And there's the Minnesota score, and that puts them at 0-9. And Atlanta down 4 in the 4th to Washington.
Harper hit a grand slam. This is his 100th career home.
Hey, if you got to hit a 100th home run, make it a grand slam, huh?
But baseball's tired. One ball and 2 strikes to Ari Adrianza. Down the left field line, and this is going to be a base hit. Adrianza is going to double home Matt Duffy, and it's 9-3. Okay.
Hey, there's time. It's Coors Field.
So here's Kelby Tomlinson.
A little life in the Giants dugout, too.
Yeah, some fun.
Not smiling yet, but life nonetheless.
Walt Weiss sprinting out. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your oil change tune-up and smog experts. We'll be back. Sharks and Kings tonight, and it'll start at 7:30 pregame live at 7 on CSN California. Sharks are back in the playoffs, and they will take on one of their huge rivals, the Kings. Don't miss all the action at 7:30 on CSN California.
New pitcher now for the Colorado Rockies is going to be the right-hander Justin Miller. Third time that he has come in. A bit of a rocky start with 5 hits allowed, 2 walks, 7 base runners, and 2 2/3. The hard thrower to get up there low to mid-90s with a hard slider and a changeup. He's got strikeout stuff.
He's a happy guy.
If you're a Warriors fan, yes, you are.
73 wins. Here's Tomlinson. Tomlinson is 0 for 2. And he takes the first pitch in tight with Denard Span to follow.
Tomlinson will grind you. Miller, a big guy, 6'3", 215. Had a year's service at the big league level with the Fresno State.
Takes a step towards the visitors' on-deck circle. Throws across his body.
Big crossfire. I mean, he's throwing 96 with a cross step. I mean, you know, you're cutting off power when you're crossing over that much.
High and foul and out of play. It's 1 and 2.
Got a man making a play. No glove. It's a mountain man.
Tomlinson up the middle off of the pitcher. He's going to pick it up and throw, and Tomlinson beat it out. Remember, that kid can run a little bit.
He can run a lot. I mean, this is going to be a base hit up the middle until it hit Justin Miller. Rockies are going to look at it, and they're also going to look at Justin Miller, and that was a direct hit. I think they may have got him in his right leg down below the knee. Get a look here. Oh no, it got him in the right thigh. That'll be a bruise. Let's take a look at Tomlinson getting out of the box. He didn't give you a lot of time to regroup. That's 4-1 from the right side. I always thought it was good to have a good bruiser in the clubhouse, because a good bruise is entertaining, and a good bruise will hang in there for a couple weeks. Especially if guys walk up to you and say, "Hey, what's that right there?" and they stick their finger in your bruise. One more look. Did he beat it out? Ooh.
Yeah. My take on that is the guy that was about 6'5", like Miller is.
Yeah.
He's the guy that didn't stick the finger in the bruise too much. Jose Altuve stuck it a lot.
I think the Rockies are going to look at this.
They're not reviewing it, they're talking to the umpires.
After the 7th inning, he doesn't have to make a call. He can throw it at the mercy of the umpires. So they're going to look. This replay review is presented by Xfinity.
Jerry Davis is the crew chief.
I don't know if there's enough there to overturn it.
Well, I will say this. If Reynolds stretches out to where the ball's coming from, they're out. He's out for sure.
Man, he didn't do that. I mean, he kind of just really took a step towards second base and not to the pitcher. If he puts his right foot on the base and then strides with his left foot towards the base, they may get him. I don't think it's going to be overturned. But hey, we've been wrong.
Not very much, though, I got to tell you. If this holds up, Span will be at the plate with runners at first and third.
One more look. No, that's not going to get overturned. I think. I'm feeling pretty good about it. Going out on a limb here.
I was feeling pretty good about it until you started to hedge.
Well, I mean, you never know if they have a super slow-mo cam that we don't see. That's the problem with the super slow is a lot of times it doesn't come up in time. It was one of the complaints that our crew had that reviews all of our games, and they do not overturn it. I think that's the right call. Sean Dunston, Chad Chop. Especially on the road, they don't often get the ultra slow-mo in time. One of the problems that they have to work out eventually. But big hit here, and all of a sudden you get a different ball game. Get the boys in the dugout starting to believe.
Span is 1 for 3. And he flips one to left, and that's a base hit. And it's 9-4.
It's Coors Field, man. It can happen. Although it's much more entertaining when your team's having a long inning than it is when they're having a long inning against your team.
So here's Pagan. Pagan is 0 for 2 with a walk. Facing Justin Miller. Giants with a couple of guys that can run on base. And that's a shot into left field, a base hit. And they're going to hold up Tomlinson, and the bases are loaded for Buster Posey.
You never know. Giants have a lot of respect for both corner outfielders and their arms. If you're down by 5 and bases are lowered, you have Posey come up, you're not going to risk it.
Buster's good friends are here.
He's got a lot of good friends. Those good friends are from Chico. Great baseball town. So, Steve Foster, the Rockies pitching coach, going to come out. This is for one reason, just to get a little something going in the bullpen. I'm not 100% convinced that they are convinced that he is feeling that good after taking that line drive off the bat of Tomlinson.
So Foster departs. Buster is 0 for 3, reached on an error in the 4th.
Chad Qualls, the sinker baller, getting up.
outside corner. Posey didn't think so, and it's 0-1.
Quick turn to look at Carlos Torres. Make a case. He thought that was outside.
One ball and one strike as Miller throws that fastball at 94. Tomlinson's at third. Span is at second, and Pagan's at first. All of a sudden, the Giants have 7 hits in this game. On the ground to Arenado. And Arenado throws it wide, and off the bag and tagging Posey was Reynolds. And that'll end the inning. So the Giants score. This is the throw by.
And there's the tag. He just brushed the leg.
It's 9-4. He's here in the 7th inning. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your oil change tune-up and smog experts.
So Javier Lopez coming into the game. First time he has pitched in this series. Take a look what he has done in 4 games. 3 base runners allowed, 1 2/3 innings.
Adrianza stays in the game. He's at short. Trevor Brown comes in to do the catching.
Lopez broke into the big leagues with the Colorado Rockies back in 2003.
And a strike to Gerardo Parra.
Javier Lopez, he and his wife Renee had a home here. They love this area. They've since moved, but fond memories here.
And a quick 0-2.
I think wherever you break into the big leagues, you're going to have fond memories of that city.
Parra is going to flip one past Duffy for a base hit. It's a weird hit day today.
We've seen some ugly hits, no doubt.
Reynolds has a couple of doubles. One cleared the bases in the 5th inning. Bounces this one to Adrianza to Tomlinson. And a quick double play.
Could not have ordered it up any better.
So here's Barnes.
Room service, as Joe Garagiola used to say.
Barnes hitting .333. He's 3 for 9 on the season. Lopez has got his good control. Guerin getting ready to come into the game at some point. Hit to left. And Pagan's going to put it away, and that'll end the inning. Through 7 innings here in Denver, it's 9-4 Colorado. Eighth as Chad Qualls is the new pitcher. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your oil change tune-up and smog experts.
So the veteran right-hander Chad Qualls coming in, and when you see Qualls, you see sinkers. He's got a low 90s sinker that he'll throw at you. He's also got a hard slider, basically a 2-pitch guy, but a lot of sink.
So Pence will lead things off. It'll be Pence, Belt, and Duffy. Giants in this ballpark obviously feel very much like they can still get to the Rockies, but they'll have to get some base runners like they did in the 7th.
Qualls, 37 years old. He's a big guy, 6'4", 240. In his 12th year at the big league level. Originally broke in with Houston back in 2004. Been to Houston, Arizona, Tampa, San Diego, Philly, Yankees, Pirates, Marlins, back to Houston, and now with the Rockies. So he'll definitely have a few uniforms to hang around the den back in the homestead.
Hit the outside corner and missed. It's 2 balls and 1 strike.
That's the beautiful thing about a sinker ball. You get the big leagues pretty quick, and you can hang around a long time.
Walls dropped it. With Pence hustling down the line, Walls could not get a handle on it, and that's probably going to be an error.
Well, you're right. Third error today, and all the errors have been on the pitchers for the Rockies. All the time in the world, I got this one, and just can't get a grip. And with Pence's speed, you're not going to get another chance. So there's those runners you're talking about.
Belt is lined out twice, and then he doubled, or he singled into right field, where he hit a line drive in front of Gonzalez. And he takes low. Duffy's on deck. And this is driven to left. Back is Parra at the wall. It's off the top of the wall. Coming in to score is Pence. Belt, for whatever reason, was not running between first and second. He ends up with a double, and it's 9-5.
Well, the fans out there in the bleachers are saying it's a home run. And the way that Parra reacted to it, I think they may have a point.
Gone.
That's a home run.
So the Giants are going to obviously take a look at this one. And Jerry Davis is coming together, and he may just call it a home run anyway.
Oh, one of the ushers out there for the Rockies was calling it a home run.
Well, you know what? He's a Giants fan.
Well, it could happen.
We do have Giants fans here in Denver.
I mean, all they have to do is look at it, and it'll confirm it.
And now they're going to want Jerry Davis to look at it. I mean, Jerry Davis knows that. He's been around long enough to know that this is an obvious call.
Well, this is going to be the longest home run trot we've ever seen.
And it's going to be a 9-6 game.
Well, this replay review is presented by Xfinity. This ought to be pretty quick. All right, let's take a look at another angle. That's a home run. Hits the chair and comes back in. I mean, the way the Parra reacted to it, that tells you all you need to know. Over the fence, hits the base of the chair and kicks back onto the field.
You know, this is going to keep the Giants' streak of hitting home runs in every game to start the season.
Now the Giants fans in attendance here, as they've replayed it at the ballpark, they're all cheering. They know the deal.
All right. Should we do it just for the sake of doing it?
Absolutely.
Out of here.
So an opposite field home run.
You know what? I don't think the humidor's on. I don't.
No, I don't either. But it's Coors Field, hey. And let's take a look at where it was. I mean, that's not really a hanger either from Qualls. Remember, he's got a heavy sinker. It's not an easy pitch to lift. Here's an idea how strong Belt is. He backspins it right over the wall. 3-run game.
And Duffy takes a strike.
Well, he's starting to measure it out of the box, too. So he knew he had a chance with it. It was a great shot there. You saw Roberto Kelly, the Giants' third base coach. He was windmilling. I was watching him. Hey, go, 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 go. Here he goes. He cranks it into fifth gear now.
Well, I said Belt was not running for whatever reason. Well, there was a reason. He knew that it was gone. For Belt, his third home run of the year. Duffy not trying to get on. There's nobody out. Trevor Brown is on deck. Nope.
No swing, says Jerry Davis. Qualls wanted the pitch on the location. He's really got 2 pitches in this sequence, both pitcher strikes, which really put Duffy in the 0-2 hole. You can see where he would want another one. He wasn't that far away from the other locations that were called strikes.
And a base hit to right field.
Makes it look easy. 2 hits today for Duffy coming out of this funk. And both hits have gone to right field, and they've both been hit on the button. And that gets him off the interstate. And it gets the secret weapon up there, Trevor Brown. So activity now. Boone Logan, one of 4 left-handers in that Rocky pen. A late inning guy, he starts to throw. Boone Logan's being asked to hurry it up.
One and 0 to Brown. There's a strike. And getting back is Duffy. Out of play.
You never feel like you're out of it. I mean, just a couple of base hits, and all of a sudden, attitude starts to pick up on the bench. Somebody hits one out of the ballpark, and all of a sudden, an 8-run lead's a 3-run lead. And they're not biting with those pitches down below the strike zone on Qualls.
It's 2-2 to Trevor Brown. 9-6 Colorado. And a check swing roller, and it'll be LeMahieu who'll get an out. At this point, that's what the Rockies are looking for. As here's Adrianza to hit for the 2nd time.
Well, Adrianza is a confident hitter right now. And I mean, from either side, righty, lefty. And that batting average reflects it.
Adrianza doubled in the 7th. This is rolled foul.
They give the lines on both sides of the field to Adrianza. See how they bunch the gaps. Great arms, great assist arms on the corners.
Low.
Good take.
Chad Qualls to Adrianza with Tomlinson to follow. If you just joined us, the Rockies scored 9 runs in the 5th inning. And the Giants are trying to claw back, and they clawed back to being down by 3. The 2-1 pitch coming up to Ari Adrianza. A late ball strike, 2-2.
It didn't have to be. And Adrianza shakes his head. He does not agree with the call from Carlos Torres, the plate umpire.
Now you got to protect. Now you got to keep it out of the hands of the umpire. And he just got a piece. It stays at 2-2.
And then you just rub the red seam a little bit. And that's Chad Qual's best slider. There's a back foot slider going out of the zone towards the back foot of Adrianza. And somehow he got a piece of it.
Two and two. And this one he fouled off his foot. He does have some protection on the right ankle.
Have you ever seen a foul ball hit off a protected piece? I think it's his back foot.
We've seen more foul balls off the back foot.
Did you ever do that?
I can't remember. I think if I'd have did, I thought I was doing something wrong. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Eric Ortega's going to come out and just maybe give Adrianza a little more time. Giants do have Joe Panik on the bench. And Joe's dinged up just a little bit. If Adrianza had to leave, Tomlinson really did a nice job of playing short in spring training, but this one is hanging around a while for Adrianza.
Yeah, it looks like it got him on the toe. We saw that happen with Matt Williams, broke a toe. We saw it happen with Bill Miller, broke a toe. Both foul balls that hit the back foot.
If you know, the problem with really getting dinged up at home plate is it can mess with your concentration.
Well, plus you got a sinker ball out there. I mean, he's going to be pounding something down around the knees. You're likely to do it again.
It's 2 balls and 2 strikes with Duffy at second. And this is shot right to the shortstop Story. So 2 outs.
That's pretty good at bat right there. I mean, he didn't get much to show for it because of the defensive shift, but that's pretty good effort right there, especially with your back foot marking.
Tomlinson hit a line drive off of Justin Miller for a base hit in the 7th inning. His job here just to keep the line moving. No balls and 1 strike.
Well, he does him a favor. He shows him the strikeout pitch, first pitch. So there's your scout report, kid. You're going to get 2 looks from Qualls, the sinker or the slider. And he is not picking it up.
Oh, 0-2 to Tomlinson. Tomlinson fights it off. On the ground, Arenado. And that'll end the inning. So Bell hits the opposite field home run. The Giants get a little closer. Here it is, his third of the year. It's bye-bye baby. And it's 9-6. Colorado. Bottom of the 8th inning with Tony Walters, the Rockies catcher, leading things off. And he fouls this one off the ground. Christian Adames is on deck. Down low. Lopez allowed a hit to Parra, and then he got a double play and a fly ball off the bat of Barnes. So this will be his second inning of work. Wrapped on the ground, foul, 1-2.
Hey, he got the souvenir. Great day to just take off your shirt, catch a few rays, watch a ball game. Kid's got it figured out.
Showing off his guns here at the yard.
It's a gun show.
You got him, you got to show him off. There it is. Check
Yep.
him out. Give me a little flex. That a baby.
Nice going.
One ball and 2 strikes.
Looks like a grapefruit in his hand, doesn't it?
Cued. Quite possibly another weird hit today, and it is.
Well, right now it's time for our player of the game, brought to you by Honda. We think Brandon Belt, who had a great day at the plate. I mean, he got denied his first 2 at-bats, hit a couple of rockets that the Rockies found a way to catch. But persistence for Mr. Belt. At bat, he comes up, hits a bullet to right field, another seed, and then an opposite field 2-run bomb. And that came in the top of the 8th inning. So because of those 4 at-bats, we're going to make Brandon Belt our player of the game, brought to you by Honda.
It's a double switch. Panic is coming in. So we got a new pitcher, we got a new second baseman, and we got a 9-6 ball game with Strickland coming in.
Take a look at what Hunter Strickland has done so far this year. This is the 4th time he's come in. He's off to a great start. 3 base runners in 3 innings with 5 strikeouts. Mid to high 90s with a fastball, slider, and a changeup.
Strickland took your idea. He said, I'm wearing white shoes.
Yeah, why not? If you can take a hitter's eye away from the ball for just 1 instant, why not? Gray, grayish white.
Maybe not totally white. Here's Adames.
I mean, it's rare that you see bunts from regular players in this ballpark because of how live it is, but it just depends on how Walt Weiss wants to play this. It's not out of the question. Giants will respect it with Duffy in on the grass at 3rd.
First pitch is high for a ball, 1 ball and no strikes.
And what we've seen from Tony Walters is he runs pretty good. Don't let the fact that he's a catcher fool you. He can scoot.
Strickland steps off the slab. Adames is 1 for 7. A 1-hit game last night.
Well, something's not right. He shook off about 4 pitches, so now Trevor Brown's going to go, okay, what do you want to do here? Hunter Strickland, when he throws a high fastball across the letters, that's not an easy pitch to bunt because of his velocity. If you're convinced that Adames is going to continue to try and bunt. So Bruce Bochy calling a throw over to first base to see if Adames will tip his hand. Because he's not convinced he's going to bunt. Adames have better than average speed.
Thought something was on. It's 2 balls and no strikes.
Well, he pitched out earlier in the game with Walters at first base, and Walters stole a base. And Bochy thinking it may happen again. That's a big pitch though, because that puts a 2-0 count on Strickland. As a skipper, you have to believe that your man out there on the mound can throw a strike when he absolutely has to, and right now he absolutely has to.
Adames just got out of the way. It's now 3-0. At the knees. 3 balls and 1 strike.
And again. Fastball target right in the middle of the plate.
Foul back. So Strickland rubs up a new baseball.
In all likelihood, they'll challenge again 3-2. This was a great time to hit, but you know the guy's got to throw a fastball. He can't walk a runner into score position, so he's going to have to challenge. You've had 5 pitches to take a look at his fastball and measure the movement, velocity.
And it's likely now that Walters is going to go. He does. Got him. No throw. A stolen base for Walters. 1 out.
So a nice comeback for Strickland. Down 3-0 to get the strikeout. And I don't think Trevor Brown had a good grip on the ball, which is why he wound up having to take a bite out of it. Nope, did not get a grip.
LeMahieu, 1 for 3 with a walk. One ball and no strikes. 96.
Yeah, he runs up there pretty good. He's got more than that too. We've seen him hit 100. But high velocity with the ability to corner pitch. That's what makes Strickland special.
Strickland's got it. And now they'll be in a rundown with Walters, and they will tag him out. So a nice play by Strickland, bad play by Walters.
Yeah, that's not a good play. You just took yourself out of score position. High fastball, he really binds up the elbows on LeMahieu. A strike right to Panic, who runs it back. Well, if you're a runner in score position, you just cannot allow this to happen. And it's a tough call, though. I mean, it's a tough read because you're thinking that ball's going to get by the pitcher, and when it doesn't, you're hung.
So now we'll see if LeMahieu has ideas of going. The hitter is going to be Trevor Story, who's 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts and a walk. And a strike, and it's 0-1.
That's a healthy introduction at 97.
For the Giants in the top of the 9th, Span, Pagan, Panic, Pence, Belt, and Duffy. And just a shade high to even the count.
Time for a young hitter. Rookies are usually a little quicker getting in the box. You got 7 home runs, I guess you could do that.
Foul back, 1 and 2. Well, 7 and 2 that should have been.
Yeah, he should have had
9.
2 last night. Wound up being 2 triples. He's been pretty much outhouse or castle in this series. Had a hat trick in game 1 here. He's got a hat trick today, but he also hit 2 into the new fence extension in right center and center.
Now maybe it's the position. Tulo wasn't the quickest in the box either.
Well, I gotta believe he was a little quicker his first 8 days in the big leagues.
And a base hit into left field. So Story turns around 96, and that's going to bring Gonzalez to the plate.
Thing that the league has found out about Trevor Story, he is quick middle in.
Gonzalez is 0 for 3. At second, LeMahieu. Trevor Story's at first. And a strike. lifted high and foul and out of play.
Tardy, 295ers, and Tardy in the second one, which doesn't happen that much with Gonzalez. He's usually on the fastball, especially if he's seen it a couple times.
Strickland at the belt, and the pitch is high. 1-2.
You see the shift. Ellie Thomas or Joe Panic playing well into right field.
Wrapped to right. That's going to be a base hit. It's going to get past Pence. LeMahieu scores. Story's going to score. And it's 11-6.
Wanted the ball in the dirt. He left it out over the strike zone. And Gonzalez is not going to miss a mistake. And that would hurt. 5-run lead now for the Rockies.
So here's Arenado, who's 1 for 4. And a strike, and it's 0-1.
So Javier Lopez gets an earned run.
That's the way it's kind of been for Javier Lopez this year.
And there've been some of the funkiest earned runs that we've ever seen, and he's had like 3 of them. Doesn't sound like a big deal, but when you're a relief pitcher and a lot of your outings are 1 or 2 outs, it takes you a while to work that down.
It does. Inside, it's 2 balls and a strike. Gonzalez with his lead at second. And this is popped out of play, 2-2. Yeah, Will Clark is here.
Yep, that's Will. Recognize him anywhere.
Span into center field. And that'll end the inning. 2 insurance runs for the Rockies. 11-6 Colorado. post-game reaction to this game. Warriors look ahead to the Rockets, which will be on Saturday, and the Sharks prepare for Game 1. (11-6) Colorado.
So, new pitcher now for Colorado will be the veteran Boone Logan. See what he has done. This will be the 5th game that he's come in. Logan, a low 3/4 release. You're going to see a fastball slider combination. He can still get up there pretty good. Low to mid 90s, more lows than mids, but with a low 3/4, always has movement.
Here's Span. Span is 2 for 4. Pagan, and then Panic.
So just keep grinding. I mean, it's kind of the philosophy of this Giants lineup. You know, they need to do one thing. They need to get guys on base. There's your job should you decide to accept it.
And Span with a foul straight back. It's now 1-2.
Logan, an 8-year veteran, 31 years of age, originally came up with the White Sox. From the White Sox, he went to the Braves. From the Braves, he went to the Yankees. And the second half of 2014 wound up here in Colorado.
This man trying to reach. It's 2-2.
Big slurvy breaking ball, a little bit high.
So 3-2. And this is popped into left field. Parra's going to get there and make the catch. 1 out.
Well, stay tuned immediately after Giants Baseball for Esurance Giants Postgame Live. You get highlights, reaction, and analysis, and it's all coming up right after the game.
Here's Angel Pagan. Pagan is 1 for 3. Pagan looks at a strike. There's that fastball that you're talking about, Mike, from Boone Logan.
It's a good one. Plus, he's kind of got lazy arm action on you. It gets on you quick. I mean, he's a big guy, 6'5", long arms. Sneaky fast.
Joe Panic waiting for his first at bat in the game. He's on deck. That pitch misses. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. Dodger Stadium tomorrow night.
Clayton Kershaw, Madison Bumgarner. 2. Giants grinded. I mean, Span had a 3-ball count after being down 0-1 here. Pagan gets a 3-ball count.
Hit into right center field. But Barnes is there. See Bumgarner, Kershaw, Cueto, Kazmir, Samardzija, Maeda. CSN Bay Area Friday and Saturday. Oh, it's NBC Bay Area Friday.
Yeah, it'll be John and myself
Come
tomorrow.
on.
You and me on Saturday.
I almost wore a tie to do radio.
Darn. That's entertainment for me. I want you to know it.
Here's Panic. Panic takes down low. Scud.
Just to stay in shape. Can't let your catcher get too comfortable back there.
You think that's what Affa was doing with Buster?
Absolutely.
Two balls and one strike.
I mean, from an entertainment value, Scuds are priceless.
To the back foot, it's 3-1.
Then a 3-ball count.
And the walk.
Well, the last thing you want to do with a 5-run lead is that.
Here's Pence. Hunter Pence is 0 for 4. He's reached on 2 errors. Pitcher's error, De La Rosa in the second, and an error by Qualls in the 8th.
Logan cannot find the strike zone. I mean, he's all over the place.
And there's a line drive, and that's the ball game. So, 1 inning killed the Giants. A 9-run 5th inning. And when it's all said and done, what I'm going to take out of this game is how well Matt came through.
Well, again, you're talking about the building blocks of him putting together a good year, and certainly that was the case today. I mean, it was a 1-0 ball game until a couple of little blue pits did him in the 5th, and it opened the doors for that 9-run inning you're talking about. But he's throwing the ball well, and he will be heard from again.
You're going to look at his line score tomorrow and ignore it. Final score here at Coors Field in a 3-game series. The Rockies take 2 out of 3. 11-6 is the final. Stay tuned. Esurance Giants postgame live. That's going to start right now.